Chronic migraine is 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more.
Botox, onabotulinum toxin A, prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine. It's not for adults with migraine with 14 or fewer headache days a month. It prevents, on average, 8 to 9 headache days a month versus 6 to 7 for placebo.
Prescription Botox is injected by your doctor. Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, including ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Ask your doctor and visit BotoxChronicMigraine.com or call 1-800-44-BOTOX to learn more.
Everything you learned in history class was a lie. Well, maybe not everything, but they skipped the best parts. Introducing Stupiracy, where stupidity meets conspiracy. Ever heard of the Olympic marathon that nearly killed its runners? Or the time a pope put another pope's corpse on trial? Join me, Scott Rizzuto, and Tim McKernan as we uncover the most outrageous historical moments and mind-blowing conspiracies you won't believe actually happened. Tune in to Stupiracy for your weekly dose of historical absurdity. Available wherever you get your podcasts. Remember, history is dumb, but laughing at it is smart.
Patrick.
Yes, sir.
I was telling the boys today that I was telling people prior to Thursday night's Wild game that was the most important game in franchise history. And by that I meant, as of Thursday night, I thought they were a good enough team to win a Stanley Cup, but to win the Cup, you got to get there. And I couldn't see, I just saw that they could not lose a game to Vegas at home, and of course then they lost both. So
it's an amazing what has happened in hockey. I would say almost the last decade. Remember the sacred home ice? If we only had home ice, remember how sacred that used to be? Yep. It's meaningless. It means nothing. The Wild are 2-10 their last 12 home playoff games. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. Now, if you come out and get 2 quick ones, although they did that Thursday, and then
almost had 3 quick ones.
Went and tank. He was offsides.
No,
okay?
I'm saying they were close to having 3 quick ones.
I saw that somebody said it was deemed to be offsides. Well, it was deemed to be offsides because he was offsides. Okay, right. So
I'm a conspiracy guy.
So.
They should have never changed their jerseys. When the home team went to the dark jersey, it was over.
Whatever the hell whatever it is, I watched more of the Wild. I didn't check in until the middle of the second period, right? Yep. They were horrible. They were skating. Vegas was skating the puck out of their own end, passing the puck out of their own end, like it was Edina versus Fulda in hockey. I mean, it was unbelievable. What the hell was going on? I've never seen a team have an easier time getting the puck out of the net. We needed a little neutral zone trap there, although when you get behind, you can't do that. But it was terrible. And then, it kind of carried over to some extent. I mean, they ended up getting a bunch of shots on Saturday night, but I don't know. You've given up the last 9. That isn't good.
And the killer, the thrill, or Kaprizov, whatever his name is, really haven't had a bad series.
Are they? They must be making his life miserable.
Oh yeah, he's getting mugged.
They are crowding him. Yep. You know who my new favorite hockey player is? Mark Stone.
I was just going to guess him.
He's a rock-steady guy, isn't he?
Have you seen him up close?
Yeah, he's a big boy.
You look at him and say, there's a hockey player.
Yep.
He's got the bent nose. He's got the miskept, unkept hair, a little bit of a playoff beard. He looks, you walk into the post office and look at him up there, you're going to run for cover, man. That is a hockey player right there,
somebody,
man.
I forget who put this out on Twitter, but during the game on Saturday night said, it had the close-up of Mark Stone. It said, "Oh my God, Kenny Powers decided to play hockey."
Yes, it does. I was so impressed. I took a shot of him on the screen when they were interviewing him on Zoom because he was like this, man. It's I mean, they make it tough for you. It's
They have a nice club. They have a great club.
5 years ago when they went to the finals, weren't they a skating, goal-scoring type of team? Boy, have they changed their brand here.
That's not 5 years ago, is
4
it?
years? Well, maybe
2018? 2018?
Okay, that's 4 years. I guess 4 seasons, okay. But they went to the Cup one year and fired the coach the next year, and Gerard Gallant in the middle of the year, and they brought in this well-traveled Peter DeBoer, but they changed their approach. They're good goaltending and beat the hell out of people.
But he has to make a mistake. He doesn't make mistakes.
Doesn't make any.
Well,
that goalie equipment's too big.
Well, it's just like the 1980 Olympic team. Hot goalie.
Yeah, right. But there were rumors that Guerin was going to try to trade for him, that he might be on the block, Fleury, because they have another goalie that they like a lot, a younger guy who's much cheaper. But I guess they wanted too much for him, and then he went and had a fantastic year. So
plus Fleury's getting old now. He's 40 years old, isn't he?
I don't think he's that old, is he? 35 or 6, maybe? 35 or 6.
I'll bet he's older than 35.
You know what, though?
I think he's 39.
Can't be that old.
Well, Rook will find it.
Yes, he
Rook
will.
find it.
All you got to do is go to Wiki. All you got to do is look at Wiki.
36.
36.
He's 36.
36.
Well,
but he's number 29 on the team.
That's right.
Well, I don't care about that.
Got it.
I don't care about that. Whatever happened to the idea that goalies were either 30 or 1? What happened to that?
I don't know.
Well, I see that he was born in Sorel, Tracy, Quebec, Canada, and apparently I didn't see this, but he had a horseshoe up his hind end, and that must explain all the goal.
I never watched him. The only one that I thought was a little weird was when they were trying that last gasp on Thursday, and he almost threw the puck in the net by catching it behind his back. That was a weird play. But
he's been giving some of the shots a little too much theater for me.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, anyway, he's the fact that they're playing at Las Vegas tonight though means nothing.
Right.
I mean, it's you can win there, but you're going to have to play a lot better. Yeah. Apparently, I just heard Judd saying that they're one of their defensemen, Soucy's out, and they're going to try that Addison kid tonight. But I want him to play Boldy, the rookie from BC, because if he scores a goal, that would change the whole. If he would go out and get you a goal, that would change the whole vibe, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so too.
But they're not going to play him, I guess.
Fleury made his debut in 2003. Wow.
There's been some goalies who hung around a long time.
Was he with the Duck?
No, he's at the Pen.
Pens for a long time. Didn't he win at least a couple of cups with the Pens, right? Mm-hmm. And I think they took him. He's in the expansion draft, right? Fleury. I think they got him in Vegas. Took him in the expansion draft, which was a bit of a controversy, I think. So
he married longtime girlfriend Véronique Larosée in 2012. They've been dating since they were 15 years old.
She did one of these, like, let's go here.
Yeah, here we go. Come on now. Daughters Estelle and Scarlett, and a son James.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hey, is Phil Mickelson the favorite now to win at Torrey Pines in the U.S. Open?
He won't make the cut.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Make the cut.
That's his home course.
He won't make the cut.
We have to have a bet about that.
He used up all his. He'll start hitting it crooked again. He managed to keep it straight. Listen, he made 5 or 6 really good shots, I'll say, and that when he knocked it in from the bunker, and then he hit killed some drives, kept it pretty much in fair territory. I'll give him credit for that. But the fact nobody was chasing him really helped.
Well, he only won by 2.
Nobody was chasing him.
Yeah.
Kepka played like a mutt. Kepka was terrible. He shot 74, but Kepka comes out. He makes birdie on number 1. Phil makes bogey. Phil had the old Fizo on number 1. Fudge, I'm still out, on his putt. He kept, the
I've
old.
never heard that before.
Fizo.
Fizo. I always pronounce it
Fizo. He had that on the first hole, and you're saying, well, he's going to shoot 80. And then the second hole, easiest hole on the course, it played to 4.5 yesterday. As many guys made birdie as didn't, and Kepka goes and makes 7 for no reason. Just idiocy.
I did love his post-game comment, though, when he said, I'm going to enjoy it because this is probably the last one.
Yeah, Phil? Well, yeah.
He went up 32 points or rankings.
Yeah.
And so he was at 115.
Yeah, right. Joe, this meditation stuff, though, that he's doing, he is so full of crap.
He's not meditating, Pat. He's imagining the shot.
But he's also meditating. He's slowing down, and he's meditating. And he knows damn well the TV cameras are on him, so he's playing it for all it's worth.
He's milking it.
Look at Phil's concentration. Oh, look at him. Isn't he concentrating?
Get him a yoga mat.
Pat in all our time together has never failed to amaze me. Here's a 50-year, soon to be 51.
Fantastic.
Set a record, oldest man in history to win a major, and Pat has done nothing but rip the hell out of him.
No, I said he made some great shots. It's amazing.
He made 6 good shots.
It's amazing how limber he is at that age, isn't it?
Yeah.
That shows you. Being a little fat helps. He keeps you limber.
That's right.
Although he's in good shape now by his enormous standards.
Well, it's all that
But
meditating.
Joe, he has never failed to have some new line of BS when he shows up at a tournament. Why are you carrying 2 drivers, Phil?
Yeah.
Oh, I got this driver for that and that driver for this. Remember when he had an explanation while his fat wasn't really fat?
Yep.
He had some word about it was subnucleus fat or some damn thing.
Thoracic outlet, it
he
was.
loves to babble and babble and babble about that stuff, so you don't ask him real questions, That's
my favorite line about Noah Still Faraday's quote, watching Mickelson play is like watching a drunk walking along the edge of a cliff.
yes, but not yesterday.
Yeah, not during this tournament.
Not the whole tournament. And I heard somebody said yesterday on TV, they asked Jason Day, who's playing terrible right now, but what do you think of Phil? He said, what's going on with Phil? He says, he's not hitting any foul balls.
Right.
Yeah.
He said, he's the reason he hasn't been able to compete is 3 times a round he hits it where you're lucky to find it off the tee, and all of a sudden he was drilling it on a really. What do you think of that golf course?
I've played it, believe it or not.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Obviously
I didn't do well.
From how many yards?
Oh, God.
62, 63 yards?
Yeah, sure.
Like that.
Sure. Yeah.
I was going to ask, because I know that at the height of my skills, and you put me at 6,200, I wouldn't break 200. Because every shot would end up in some place where it was
in the water.
unplayed. If you counted them, there's no way.
Well, then add the wind to that.
Yes, right. Throw in, was it windy the day you played?
Oh, God, yes. I think so.
That was your excuse anyway, huh?
Well, it is funny. It's built like a Scottish course, though, in the fact that the holes basically, you got 9 holes going one direction and 9 holes going the other direction.
Well, wouldn't it be technically a legitimate links course?
God, yes, it is. It's absolutely a links course. And how many trees are on there? About 12 or something.
3.
Like that. Yeah. Well, it is probably the trickiest golf course in this country, though, as far as a big-time golf course is concerned.
It kind of reminds me of Whistling Straits a little bit.
Yes, it does, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the difference is Whistling Straits, they created the land, it's artificial. They created,
that's true.
And this is just, I mean, what's the sea level? 4 inches.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's flat. It's the same level as the sea. I wonder how often they get. I can't remember them getting hit by a hurricane. Can you?
No, you would think it would just get washed over.
Oh
with
God,
water.
yeah, you'd think it'd blow it away. But it is. How about 17? You played 17, that par 3. I wonder how far. You must have been over on the left, so you didn't have to carry that whole water. Huh?
No.
Because God Almighty, that shot. It's amazing. You know, they say this is only 195 yards, right? Okay, whatever it is. But then you see it from the tee box and you realize that's 2 football fields.
Right.
I'm trying to hit this from 2 football fields away. How do I do that? You know, that's it was entertaining. I watched a lot of it. How long did that round take? It had to be over 5 hours, right?
Well, he went off at 1:30 our time. Mickelson went off at 1:30 our time.
It was damn
because
near
he was
7.
still playing
It was
at
7, right?
Yeah, he was still playing at least 5 o'clock. I
That's
know.
going to be the fun of this year's Open, U.S. Open. We'll get prime
West
time
Coast,
golf.
baby.
Yeah. No, he's. It is. I mean, his last 2 wins were with the seniors. He was playing with the seniors,
Yep.
and he was 2 for 2 playing with the seniors.
Let me
That's
ask
a
you,
nice payday too. Is $2 million for
$2
the winner.
million, yeah,
Wow.
$2 million, yeah.
why would he play with the seniors? Isn't he a guy that would probably say, I've made enough
Well, he
money.
wasn't playing any good. Oh well, I don't know. I suppose he probably owes favors to some guys. Who,
Okay.
I mean, he's probably got some buddies, probably gambled with them in Vegas. He was an insane gambler at one time. I don't
We
know if
didn't
he
see
still
the
is.
wife and the kids.
No. Well, his kids are a little old. They aren't cute anymore.
Wasn't she having
I mean,
health
I'm sure
issues,
they're
too?
gorgeous, but I mean, they aren't.
yeah.
They aren't like 4-year-olds.
They aren't toddlers.
Because I, of course, accused him of renting children because they never got any bigger. When he'd win, hey,
It's like The Simpsons. They just stay the
These are
same age.
these are the same ones that ran out 3 years ago, and they're no taller. What happened? But he is one of the 5 greatest players of all time. I'd put him in that category now, wouldn't you, after this
Oh,
one?
yes. Oh,
him
God,
and
yes.
Tiger, and then we go Jack, and then I don't know who else. I'm not sure Arnie belongs in there.
Ben
but,
Hogan.
Hogan.
Speaking of Koepka, is he
Trevino.
liked? Is he liked on the course?
I don't know if I never, I haven't covered big time golf since he became prominent, so I don't know what is. But he was a little miffed that they let who thought it was a good idea to let 20,000 white people who are drunk
Right.
on the golf course and make Koepka fight through him.
Well, that's why I was asking.
He said
yeah.
his knee got all banged up from people bouncing into him and stuff, and he was really upset.
I listened to most of it on satellite. Well, I got the entire back 9 on TV, but I didn't miss a shot all weekend because of satellite radio.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember who the commentators were. Gary McCord was among them. But they had some good thoughts. They said the thing about Koepka is he's not relatable. Phil Mickelson's like a guy you know at your own course, where someday he's going to be great and someday he's going to be stink, and you can relate to him. Koepka, they said, he has no interest in the regular tour.
No. Yeah, right.
He's won more majors, and I think he's got 2 tour victories.
Didn't he play out here for the first time at Hollis's tournament and
Maybe.
missed the cut and left?
But you can't relate to him. He's a weird dude.
Well, yeah, he does, and he's Bluto too. And by the way, I think that that physical build of him, he's going to have issues. He's going to. That's not a golf physique right there. I mean, that's a weightlifter physique.
Well, what do you say about
he's not
DeChambeau then?
Well, because I think DeChambeau might, destroy himself too. I mean, it's, I can't stand to watch him play. He makes me nervous.
Me too.
'Cause everything's stiff.
Oh,
Everything's
God.
like your whole life. You're taught,
Loose.
You're taught, come on, be loose.
Yep.
You don't want to be too tight.
No,
you don't want to
can't be too tight.
I can't be too tight.
And
These golfers are too tight
he
now.
even putts tight. They never gave him much attention yesterday, though. I guess he got to 2, but that was about it. He made a double right off the bat, hit it someplace. I know.
You know what though? I'm kind of tired of watching him hit a wedge 200 yards.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not golf.
No.
I don't know what it
How
is,
do they
but
do that?
He and Koepka hit 196-yard wedges on
Yeah.
Thursday.
Believe that.
Yeah.
Now they might have been wind aided. I don't know, but that's what the hell is that?
Well,
I can't hit a drive that
you
far.
gotta love Phil. I mean, and he's got an unbelievable whack at it for his age. But should he be hitting drives 365?
I don't get it.
360 or 356 or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Come on.
Joe, I think you need to start visualizing that and kind
Yes,
of just
right, yeah,
see
visualize.
yourself doing the 200-yard wedge shot.
One of your, okay, when you next time you go and play with some of your buddies, you got to start giving them that on the.
yes.
You got to start giving him that.
The
on
meditation.
The
yes.
on the tee
Yeah.
box.
Hang on, guys.
Please don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me right
Pretend
now.
like you're imagining the shot.
Yeah.
I heard this works for Phil.
Yeah, right.
Who's the Texan who won to open? Not Crenshaw. And he's now a commentator. Help me.
Famous. Let me see.
God, his name escapes me. He's probably in his 40s.
Oh, God. Okay. Won an
Shoot.
open? Not Andy
Well,
North. No.
no.
He's a Wisconsin-er, so.
North won 2 tournaments in his life, both U.S. Opens.
U.S. Opens, yeah. That the
My
tournament-
point about the Texan guy is that size guy's never going to win again, I don't think. Mm-hmm. You'll know who I mean. Rookie, you looking up British
Yes.
Open winners?
Rookie
Give me the 90s.
Okay, I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
British Open winners.
Jeez,
He needs it a minute ago, Rook.
Yeah.
I should have.
He'll get you some
meditated.
scores from Bogota. Don't worry about it. You'll get the B in there, and it'll be Bogota. But, yeah, it would be.
I'll look it up.
No, Rook's on it. Rook's on
Hey,
it.
when you went down there and played Kauai, where else you play?
That was it because it was basically a trip to hang around Charleston. So we only
it
got
was
one
in and
round.
out, so you slipped out for only one. So.
Yeah.
I've been to that Charleston.
That's a nice town.
They got good fish.
Yep.
They
Yeah?
got the good seafood.
When you're that close to that big
You
thing
got
of water.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you got the good fish there. That's
All right, here we go. David Duval, Tiger Woods, Paul Lowry, Mark O'Meara, Justin Leonard, Tom.
Justin Leonard's
Justin
who I was
Leonard,
thinking of.
And God, I got a good idea. I'm on TV. Let's take the most boring golfer in history, Justin Leonard, and put him on TV.
There we go.
What he gave Boras a bad name, and now he's on TV and never says anything.
Well, doesn't that surprise you? Because who was the other one, the baseball guy that you always gripe about that every time? Oh, the manager, Showalter.
Well, no, he's gotten better.
But I mean, wasn't he just a complete dink to the
Oh
media?
yeah, he was. Yeah.
Pat, in 2000, another guy that would never win today. Corey Pavin wins at Shinnecock
Oh yeah.
in the U.S. And remember his famous shot on 18 was
forward, right?
so fairway wood.
Yes, right.
These guys would be hitting 9 irons,
Yes,
whatever that
at
distance
best.
was.
Yeah, he hit the 4. Oh wow, yeah. Poor Corey Pavin. He hit it. At the end he might have been hitting 240, 250. But he wasn't. Yeah, it is incredible. That's why you have to admire this golf course, I guess, is even though they've taken away all the yardage. I mean, they're playing it at 7,800.
Right.
But even though the yardage means nothing, they still can screw up. And if you can get those greens hard enough so the ball bounces and rolls off the back,
Right.
then you can still make them make bogeys and double bogeys and triple bogeys. But the plain old golf course, Wingfoot, we saw last year, one of the great tests of golf ever is now antiquated.
That's
Because
right.
the rough doesn't make any difference because DeChambeau is hitting a gap wedge or a
Right.
pitching wedge to get home. So he can get it out of the rough no matter how high it is. So it's a lot of them are going to be obsolete, and I don't know what you're going to do about it. So it's kind of like baseball. By the way, I heard something. We can switch the topic to baseball.
Sure.
I told somebody else this today, though. I have become a no-shifter.
Oh, you don't want the shift?
I heard a stat on MLB Network the other day. They got, they do every analytics, some of these sites, not Fangraphs, but this is one beyond Fangraphs.
Wow.
That at this point, this was like Friday morning, there'd been 400 shift created hits, right? That were hits because they were in the shift, and there'd been 1,050 that were taken away.
Wow.
So, and if you added those 600 hits, the league batting average would be 251 instead of 238. And, or 236 or whatever the hell it is. And I become a no-shifter because you got to
You're telling me the shift works.
the shift works, and it steals too many. It kills left-handed hitters. It just absolutely. They got to get that guy out of right center field, throwing out people, and and so I think they're gonna. They use football. You can have an illegal defense, and basketball you can have an illegal defense. Why not have a legal defense?
And I just can't comprehend. You and I talked about this last week, but Max Kepler, there's not one person ever on the left side of the infield. Max, look at how many hits you're missing out on. Just simply, but it's stubbornness. But they've also just been told, keep pulling the ball, keep pulling the ball, launch angle. But my God, there's how many hits a year, Pat, just to the opposite field that are sitting there waiting for him.
The only thing worse than the shift for baseball is the MRI machine. I've said that.
Right.
You know what? I've decided, Joe, I probably said this before. We saw guys that pulled up and then played the next day and the next day and the next day. Because they didn't test them. They said, I'm sore. Well, okay, run a little slower or something.
Go get them.
Go get them.
See you tomorrow.
And, diagnosis is ruining the game. Right now.
That and the names of things.
Yes.
Things have names now.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They give them name. The subgluteus maximus.
Glutatius.
I remember exactly which one put you over the edge. When Perky got diagnosed with thoracic outlet syndrome.
Outlet syndrome,
you
which is
went
now
absolutely berserk.
You got a bad shoulder, okay? But
What caused Sano to come out of his coma one night, and then go back into it? Apparently,
yes, right. Well, I don't. He got a nice little cutter inside and hit it down a left field line, and then he stayed on a fastball right in the middle of the plate and killed it to center field. And then there was another one that was kind of in the middle, and he hit it out to right field. And then he just thought, finally. And then the first game in Cleveland, he hit a straightaway center field homer, and then he started striking out again. So
started thinking about it.
But or not thinking about it. One of the two, which is
I'm going with not,
which is more likely.
I'm going to go with not.
But I think that this would be a good time to see if there's a market, just because long term you want Kirilloff to play first base, right?
Yep.
That you got your first baseman. He's not much of an outfielder. He's a good first baseman, and
he's a hell of a hitter.
And if somebody will give you a usable pitcher for Miguel, make the trade. Miami or somebody, they need some clout, and there's some teams that will, it's not that I'm saying that he's useless, but I think you can you can get some value for him, trade him.
Speaking of Miami, did you see Donnie Baseball's little video Zoom thing at the end of, I think, their Saturday game?
Was he not upset? Was he upset?
He was. He said everything perfectly of what I hate about the modern game.
Okay.
Who is Donnie Baseball?
Oh, Don Mattingly, manager of the Marlins. Oh, sorry. But he was asked about the number of no-hitters currently in baseball, and it was
I didn't look at it. I saw it on there.
Oh, Pat, you have to watch it. It was great. It was absolutely great. And I think he's about the only manager that would just step across the line and say, I don't give a damn. Go ahead and yell at me and rip me, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because he's correct.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great.
Judd and I were talking today, Joe, and you go back, obviously. If somebody pitched a no-hitter, they ripped up the front page of the sports sections.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They said, and,
they were a big deal.
Billy Lopes, Billy Pleiss, or
How about
somebody.
Jeff Zahn? Give Jeff Zahn
somebody had a no-hitter. We had to put it out front, man. Now it doesn't even lead the roundup sometimes. If it's not, it doesn't even get the headline. There's been 6 of them, and that doesn't count Bumgarner's, right?
Yeah, because it was an official game.
Yeah, 7 games. Even though it is an official game, it's in the standing as an official game. So
you got the hated Baltimores in here tonight. They both both
Twins
clubs have the same record.
Yes, the worst in the major leagues. Yes.
I have Donnie. Do you want a minute of it?
Oh, sure. No profanities. Right?
No,
not
we're
Burnsy
good.
like.
No, not like Burnsy.
Oh, absolutely. If a guy throws a no-no, it's great for us.
Yeah.
I'm just I'm talking about it more in you asked me about I thought about him.
Yeah.
These no-hitters, I think in general in the game, I think that's really more of the talk is that, where does this get better? Because it's great for your team when a guy throws a no-no. It's great for that guy. It's a great accomplishment, right? Mm-hmm. But when there's so many so early, strikeouts are at an all-time high, things like that. So it tells you that there are some issues within the game that need to be addressed, and they're going to take a while because this started 15, 16 years ago with the swing changes and the philosophy changes, with all the the analytics of the 3-run homer and all that stuff, and so it's been coming and it's been building, and now we're at a point where I think it's getting so much more attention because it's just a game that sometimes is unwatchable. You see guys you talk to and they don't even like watching games because there's nothing that goes on in them.
Wow.
I told you it was good.
That was pretty good.
But what manager, A, would do that, say that, but B, get away with it? Because Donnie's old school, you know what I mean?
And Miami, he's right. They're not watching. So every time I hear him mention, I remember that home run off RD in Yankee Stadium. That was the year when it was really going bad for RD, and he came in, and God knows how big the lead was, but Matty Lee finally he gets down, he needs 1 out, and they're about 2 runs ahead, and Matty Lee hits a 3-runner, and I think that was on a Wednesday, and that was it. The fans were gonna lynch him, and that's when Doug Groh went up and he took all these kids fishing up the Trout Air on Thursday, and Groh wrote a column on RD taking these kids fishing on to Trout Air, and it appeared Friday morning, and I basically said, "You saved his life," because they gave him a round of applause. It lasted about 10 minutes because he came in and puked up another one. But
you should have written in, "No kid caught a fish."
Yeah, right. That's right. Or just say, "We will not report on the results of this," something like that. Something like that. God, was he a goofball?
Throw in the Davis.
Throw in the Davis, man. That was one of our all-time great toads. Somewhere that's floating around, right?
It's sitting in a box somewhere.
Yeah.
But the great part was when he was talking about, was it Gorbachev at that time?
Yeah.
He's doing Mr. Bodibazzi, throw in the Davis. International relations.
Oh, God, what a screwball. You know what a screwball he was? He ended up owning a bait and fishing store in Scottsdale.
There's no water there.
Right, yeah, the desert.
That would be to me.
That's like a snowmobile store in Miami.
Yes, that's what I said. I talked to him. I said, "RD, what you doing? You're selling fishing equipment in Scottsdale. Well, the mountains aren't that far away, So
Mountains?
Yeah,
Mountains. Let's run up to that mountain and catch a fish.
What a relaxing day on the mountain.
There's he ran a fishing store.
It's a great moment in life.
What?
When the drops they put in your eyes in the morning finally go away and you can see again.
Is that right?
I'm just having that moment right now.
Really? What's wrong with your eyes, man?
I just had to do with my annual eye doctor thing, and they dilate your eyes, and now I can see again.
So I don't go. I don't.
Well, you've never worn glasses.
No, that's true. I wear the readers now, but
So this morning you had the bad peepers, but now you got the good peepers.
Now I can see. Yeah, I can see brightness. I mean, I can tolerate looking out the window.
Sight's a good deal. You know?
It is. I'm a
even though.
I'm backing you up on that one.
Even though if you're
deal.
born unsighted,
Yep.
you really become a good voice imitator. Don Vogel proved that.
God,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean it really because that's a very important sense to you. Then
Yep.
That's right.
If you don't have
digest it.
sight, it's good to have you.
Yes,
That's what you're
it is,
saying.
yes.
You really rely on your
I'm
ears a
saying
lot.
that, and then you get every inflection.
I was-
As Howard was just so spot on.
I was telling the Cubs hat story the other day to my old man, and he was just howling, man.
Don,
Don,
we
here, have
got an
this.
ad for you.
We got a new hat for you.
Don, here, Don, this is really good. And
Went to the bank.
time we put him on the Verispeed machine
Yep.
and damn near killed him.
What's that?
It
What's
was
it?
like an early version of
It's the towel. Like you stood on a scale and it would shake.
Oh,
was
yeah,
shake,
yeah.
but it was
Okay.
kind of, there was kind of. And
Come
it
on,
was-
Don, step up.
Come
here.
on, get up here. We got him. I got him on the Verispeed.
Damn near went through the ceiling.
Oh, God almighty. Don eating steak at Murray's is still one of my favorite events.
I missed that one.
Drinking martinis as fast as a human being
my
could
God.
drink them, and then eating the steak with his hands. It was great.
Oh, God.
And then me taking him home and him not. We both realized neither of us knew where he lived.
What does the house look like, Don? I don't know. I've never seen
I
it.
think it might be white.
Yeah.
What's that? It's Highland Parkway,
Highland Parkway.
which was right next to where you lived, Joe. Right?
It was Highland Parkway and
Well, no, I
Fairview.
didn't live next
in
to
your
that.
little house. I mean,
Yeah, that was over on. Yeah.
Chef-
yeah, that was 2 blocks away, right?
Yeah, he was
My
right
little
by.
house.
It was a little house.
Little starter house.
It was a starter house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still in a starter house, so that's might
Well,
be
it's
getting
because
away.
you haven't found that nice gay couple to buy that place from you. Isn't that where you wanted to sell it to?
You're damn right. That's the only place I'm advertising as the Advocate or something.
As Marjorie once inquired, what are the current situation, Joe? What's
Yeah,
going
let's
on at the
talk to you at the
homestead, huh?
I don't want to talk to you about that, Marjorie. It's really none of your
Oh
business.
yeah, and I heard you did this. I heard you did
No,
that.
I believe the correct verbiage was, I remember CJ wrote that nice column on your house.
Is that what she said?
Yes. God help me.
Fair.
It was just, and we're all in
Is
shock.
Marjorie still with us?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
she's 100 years old, 101, I think.
Holy cow.
Because we were going to
Unbelievable.
start the campaign, weren't we, for her and Sid to join forces?
In fact, you better book her for the First State Fair show.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, I think so.
She's she got to be down there about 3'8" now, though, doesn't she?
Yeah, she keeps shrinking a little
She's
bit.
not,
Pat,
she's
you'll
not
love-
getting taller.
You love this. Joe asked her what's the secret to a long life, and remember we all looked at each other when she said, well, no alcohol and lots of fruits and vegetables, and we all kind of gave each other the stare.
I thought she'd say, cakes or something,
Yeah.
a nice peach cake.
Lard.
Or something.
A healthy
Yes,
dose
lard.
of lard
To
every
preserve
day.
Nice,
yourself.
nice peach cake.
What a bad food item. Lard.
Oh, no.
She
what
hit the
a- what a
100
bad-
mark.
That
didn't she?
reminds me, you know what I haven't had for a long time that's really good?
Lard.
The old peach upside down cake.
Oh, I love that.
When's
Oh,
there?
yeah,
I
that's
haven't
good.
had
That's
one
I
of
like
those
a
for-
nice peach.
I haven't
I
had
love peaches.
I like a peach on a cake. I don't like.
But see,
I
you don't like
just can't-
peaches because they squirt.
Yeah, I can't just eat a peach.
But
Oh,
it
yeah,
has
you
to
can-
has the marbleized, the coating with it. Then you don't get squirted bad.
Yeah, well, but it's upside down too, right? You kind of then you got to
pineapple?
flip it. The peach and the pineapple.
yeah.
They're down. They're on the bottom, right? And then
That's
you
the
flip
good
'em.
part. That's the good part.
You got to flip them. That's good.
You can get those at like a nice
Damn.
small town festival. They'll usually have like a baking section or whatever. That's where you get the
You
good.
just don't.
Oh, now I'm getting
Matt,
hungry.
it's
groceries-
breaking news right now that there is the possibility of just calling off the Olympics. Japan virus nightmare weeks before Olympics. Call it all off? Question mark.
Yeah, they're the doctors over there are in a panic. Yeah, to make them call it off. Yep, they have invested what
Billions.
14, 15 billion or something like that in that thing. But what are they can't get it under control? Why
I don't know.
Why is such a low percentage of that country not vaccinated? I wonder.
I don't know.
I saw that
Aren't you glad you don't have to cover an Olympics anymore? Oh, God.
You know what? I used to like them, but they became more and more impossible as access got. I like Barcelona. Lillehammer was great. And
what was your? Remind me again. What was your lowest moment? Were you on the ski lift? It was. I think it was the winter.
It was Calgary.
Oh, okay.
Calgary was the first Olympics where they, because of TV, the Winter Olympics. Yeah. They expanded it to 16 days.
Okay.
But they kept the schedule. They kept the number of sports to what it had been previously. Yeah. So there were days when there was nothing. Because in our hockey team up there, as much fun as they were, the Dave Peterson team, they get beat 9-6 because they didn't play any defense. But, I was riding up the
gondola,
the lift, okay. In a swinging chair, with some normal-sized, like ballet artistic skier who I was interviewing.
Oh yes, because
and with my fat ass in there, trying not to move to cause this thing to fluctuate, because I could see the angle. Cable car collapses, fat rider crushes.
Underweight of Minneapolis sports writer.
Crushes skier to death.
Oh, my God.
I was halfway up and said, even if this works, what am I going to write? I don't know. She must have been local or some damn thing. I don't know what.
That's hilarious.
Hey, honey, I'm sorry. I landed on you by accident.
Sorry, I landed on you.
Yeah, there was a pile of snow.
Wow.
That was a beauty.
What was the story from the Norway one about the elk? The
elk.
Wolf?
Yeah, Bobby Ford from
From the Wolf.
From the Wolf. They ran this train out of Lillehammer up to where the ski mountain was, right? And the moose were not used to having a train there, and they kept walking, and then they call them elg, E-L-G. The moose kept walking into the trains. And so there was a story in the paper that Bob Ford from the Philadelphia Inquirer somehow interpreted that they were putting wolf urine on the tracks to keep the moose away.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So he called like some official that was quoted in there and went through the interpreter, and he says, "Where do you get the wolf urine?" And the guy says, "From the wolves." I was sitting next to him. We were howling, and we were thinking about this wolf beer party that they had.
Hey, everybody, go to Spindle over here.
Right. How do you get wolves urine?
From the wolves. I got to go to the bank.
Okay. All right. Go wild. Let's get them back home.
Yeah, what the hell? Get another home game.
Get them back home for one more.
Nothing like a Monday night 9:30 puck drop.
9:30. God, I wish I was writing that one. That'd be fun. All right. See ya.
All right, gang.
Goodbye.
All right.
EcoFun has e-bikes in stock. And why is that important? Because every other bike retailer is out of stock and will not be getting new e-bikes until December or January. You can't even get one for Christmas from them. The weather is warming up, so if you are in the market for an e-bike, scooter, or ATV, go to EcoFun right now. EcoFun Motorsports in Forest Lake. Talk with Tim Bloom, the owner of EcoFun Motorsports in Forest Lake. Tim and his family will help you select the e-bike that is right for you, and they will deliver it to your front door in the metro area. Right now, EcoFun has Bentelli e-bikes and Yamaha Motor Assist bikes in stock. EcoFun also carries the full line of Yamaha scooters, motorcycles, and a wide variety of Yamaha ATVs, including ATVs for kids. Check out EcoFun Motorsports in Forest Lake and online at ecofunmotorsports.com, and tell Tim that old bicycler Patrick Racy sent you.
This is Reavers once again for Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold. And Josh has a very basic question for you. Do you know what you own? You see, Mr. Money Talk's clients, and that's Josh Arnold, by the way, they always know what they own. He has found out that most people that he meets with every single day, they have no idea. Josh has seen retirement portfolios that have a big percentage in bonds, and there are real instances of people that are paying more in commissions and fees than they can possibly make on the rate of return that these bonds currently yield. Josh begs of you, know what you own. You see, trust is often overused, and it's even harder to find. Take it from me that you can trust Josh. Give him a call today for that free 48-minute financial consultation with absolutely zero obligation. Call him at 952-925-5608. Once again, that's 952-925-5608 for Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold.
This is Patrick Gracie with the Canopy Group. What does dedication, perseverance, resilience, and accomplishment best describe today? The Canopy Group believes it's the graduating classes of 2021. What we are most proud of for these graduates is their ability to overcome challenges in their pursuit of future opportunities. True to their perseverance and resiliency, these students are finding new ways to celebrate their milestones and their success on this journey. It puts a smile on all of our faces as we drive through communities and see dozens and thousands and hundreds of yard signs. It is amazing that what these graduating students have gone through, and they deserve the spotlight, for they are Minnesota's future. Please join the Canopy Group in honoring your friends, relatives, and neighbors who represent the graduating classes of 2021.